Yeah, I want to say something. I actually went through this, but it's not a man and woman thing. I don't know why we make everything about men versus women. This is a bad human thing. My mom recently transitioned about 3 years ago, and she was married. And I'll never forget the day she had gotten cancer. But years before she had gotten cancer, she had got a divorce, and I urged her. I never forget the phone call. I said, "Mom, please take care of your business, because we don't know what the future holds, and when it's all said and done and I have to take care of everything, I don't want people coming out the woodworks and fighting with people when I'm already grieving with you about handling your affairs." So she went and she made sure that she handled her business from A to Z. They got married in Jamaica. She went to Jamaica. She got the lawyer on that side and made sure everything was done. So just make sure that you are being thorough in all of your business, even down to the probate. Don't have your kids go through court. Put your shit in a trust, and then um leave the trust in their name. Like, figure out all your odds and ends, guys. Everything is not men are not all evil, women are not all evil. They're just evil people out here, and sometimes you cannot vet. You don't know what people are going to do. People act crazy when people die. I mean, they come to your house and ransack and take whatever is not nailed down to the damn floor. Okay? People get really, really evil when they think that that person is gone and there's no checks and balances. It really, really is sad, and you're already going through so much when you're grieving. The last thing that you want the people that love you the most, that are just trying to tie up your affairs, is to go ahead and fight with people that haven't been around for years, that wasn't taking care of you when you got sick, that didn't give a damn that you were sick in the first place, that weren't around when you passed away, didn't even come to your funeral, but here they come, popping out the woodworks. And don't you know her ex-husband showing up, tried to call, like, "Oh, do you have that divorce paper?" "I sure do." Because he tried to test my gangster. They will see what you have and what you don't have to try to figure out what they can get. So that's great advice, and it goes for anybody. Make sure all your ducks is in a row. If something suddenly changes, check your beneficiary paperwork at work. A lot of people don't remember to change their beneficiaries. You know, dot your I's and cross your T's.
Couldn't hear you, Trav.
Okay.
But
Nigo, what you got on this?
no,
Can you hear me?
I don't know who you said, but I'll go.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Go ahead, Miss Hagan.
I was pretty much following up what DJ So Lovely said, that I don't think it's a man woman thing in terms of that. I do think it's a bad character thing, that could go both ways. But this is one of the reasons why I I say, in terms of a partnership in a marriage, I know people hate that, but part of that partnership is knowing the business in and out, both parties knowing what's going on. Um, and a lot of times when you just divert all of the responsibilities of certain things related to your marriage to one person, and the other person doesn't know, when you get divorced, it leaves one person hanging, right? Because you have no idea what was going on, because you wasn't a part of the process. So I don't even think that sometimes it's about um, being intentional. Some people are intentional with doing stuff, but I just think you get caught up in being comfortable with not knowing, right? And so then it leaves you or the other person at a disadvantage if y'all happen to get divorced, because you really don't know what insurances there are, who was the beneficiary, where to even start in terms of looking, for things, where those things are. And that's why it's important. I know, just personally, I'm saying in terms of what that woman did, I know a guy, a friend who was divorced, and her husband is coming for the home that she actually put the down payment on. They were married and stayed in that house for like maybe 2 or 3 years. They divorced, and she's been in that house for almost 20 years now without him being there. And he's coming for the house because his name was never taken off the deed, and he's entitled to half. And so when I'm saying it's not a man woman, it is a human thing. When money comes into play and you think you have the opportunity to get a bunch of money, is no telling what people would do. But to protect yourself, is the first step, is to know everything that's going on as it relates to, your money and things like that, and putting things in your, kid's name, stuff like that. But I'm done.
Brittany Gold.
All right. I will echo what Miss Taken said. It definitely is a character issue. Um, because when you think about it, and I've been married, I was married for 12 years, together for 14, I'm divorced. But some people even consider laws before they get divorced, right? I know in some states, I think when you've been married for like 10 years, I think Illinois is one of those states, your spouse automatically will have access to your pension or something of that nature. I might be butchering it, once you're divorced. So definitely you want to take care of your business, but also know who you're marrying. And I know people switch it up. You know what I mean? Obviously. But this is definitely a character issue, because I know women who will literally hold on until they hit that 10-year mark so that they can benefit. I know men like that as well. So yeah, I'm pretty much echoing what Miss Taken said.
Ruth, what you got?
I mean, I agree with everyone on the panel. However, when you think about it, I wonder if the laws were in the favor of the men, how many men would take advantage of it? Now, I personally know some men that would, but the majority would not. The majority would not be taking advantage of the situation if the law was in their favor. So that's why I can see where the men are coming from, whereas the women are, we want to, the women are doing something in mass, but then we're saying it's not a woman man thing. I agree with that part, but in mass, we are doing the wrong thing when it comes to divorce for the women. So I wonder what that is. Do we have character issues nowadays, or what's going on? Because as soon as we see money, we're grabbing it, we're running, we're going for it, and we're not considering the other person. And that's where I'm having an issue, because um, like I said, men, there's some men that are they would definitely take advantage of a woman. I know them. But I'm telling you, men are not, they're the ones that saying they're not going to go for alimony, they're not going to go for this, they're not going to go for that. But if it's the shoes on the other foot, the woman's going 9 times out of 10 to get everything that she can.
I mean, this is something new to me. I thought if you get married, you get a marriage license, it's with the state. You get a divorce decree, it's with the state. I don't understand that part. Maybe somebody can break that down, but I thought maybe when you file something with the state and it's in the system, the fact that you got to let them know after filing for divorce and going to court is beyond me. I mean, yeah, it's messed up, but this is why we need people who have the knowledge and understanding around these areas or in these situations to be able to put videos out consistently like the gentleman did. So big ups to whoever that was that in the video who uh, brought this to light. But yeah, man, that's my only concern is like how does the state work? How do they work with divorce? I know how they work with marriage, but I don't know how they work with divorce as far as being notified or filing it in the records. Because from my understanding, it's a part of public records. So I think you can look up, unless their records are sealed or whatever, I think you can look up somebody's information or look up whether somebody's been divorced or some shit like that, or even married. So if anybody knows the answer to that, I'm interested in hear